Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Chan. Today I have Vladimir Adonis, who started a great group on Facebook, and also he's doing amazing things on keeping people on their toes, because some of your posts are great prompts for people to check their business foundations and what they're doing for customer retention. So I'm so glad to have you on today.
Well, thank you very much, Chandra, for having me on the show and for allowing me the opportunity to share what it is that I know with your audience.
Thank you. So normally I don't read your bios beforehand. So can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. If it's okay, I can go ahead and just share with you guys my backstory. I'm going to give you the 2-minute version as opposed to the 2-hour version of my backstory. I believe that backstories are important because they can let you know how I've gotten to the point where I'm at today. So let me go ahead and just share that with you. So kind of like most people, at one point I had a job in order to make a living, and it was an amazing job. I was an executive for a small university. I did that for about 12 years. But 5 years into that role, though, I knew that that's not something that I wanted to do indefinitely. So I had to ask myself a very important question. And that question was, if I don't continue down that path, what am I going to do next? And this was about 7 or 8 years ago. I said to myself, I can see myself being an entrepreneur. Now, that's pretty vague and that's pretty broad because you can do a million different things as an entrepreneur. So then the second question I asked myself is, what type of entrepreneur do I want to be? And to me, I wanted to go into a business that's going to be around for a very long time, and a business that's evergreen. And a business model that made sense to me at that time was the dating industry. Dating is something that's going to be around for a very long time because people always desire to connect and make connections. So I decided on a dating site. So because I'm not a programmer, I don't know how to code, I don't know how to build anything, I decided to hire and pay a guy close to $30,000 to build me a dating / a dancing type of a website. And when I launched the site, about 1.5 years from the time that I paid this individual, and to my surprise, I had a hard time getting members. I had a hard time growing it. Now, keep in mind, I paid close to $30,000 for this project. So I wasn't going to just say, oh, well, this stuff doesn't work out, let me just move on. So I went to work. I went to work to learn how to do lead generation, how to do marketing and Facebook ads, etc., just so this project could be viable and just so this project can work. About 7 months into me learning and implementing, the business started to grow. But then I quickly learned that, unfortunately, I was in violation of copywriting laws. And for that reason, I had to shut down the entire site. I was like, this is a bummer, right? I spent all this money on this project, and all of a sudden I had to shut it down.
Wait,
go ahead.
You didn't check beforehand?
No, I didn't.
Ooh,
I didn't know that.
That's a hard lesson right there.
That was a hard lesson. That was a hard lesson, which allowed me to, so basically I had to pivot. And my pivot was because I had learned how to do lead generation and marketing, etc. I started to teach it. And then when I felt comfortable with it, I launched it into a full-time business. So that's how I've gotten to the point where I'm at today.
Okay, so this is the first thing I want to say. What were your first thoughts when you got hit with the copyright infringement?
Well, my first thought was, how can I be in compliance from a copywriting standpoint? Because I still wanted to keep my dating site. So I was saying to myself, okay, is there a way that I can be in compliance? In order to be in compliance, it was going to cost me $600,000, and it was going to cost me close to $80,000 a month reoccurring, right? So that's not something that wasn't viable for me from a profitability and from a profit margin standpoint. So I couldn't remain compliant.
Who could pay that though? But that's besides the point. Who would want to pay that? There's people who can pay that, but who would want to? So what words of it first, what would you tell someone? Like, because basically what I see, you're posting things and you're using your failures and your missteps and all of those things as examples to help other business owners get a find their way and become successful. So what would be the main thing you would tell someone who is starting out in business, and what would you want? What's the first thing you would tell them to do?
So first of all, I would definitely do due diligence. So from a copywriting standpoint and from an infringement standpoint, making sure that your business model is not going to, be in violation of any type of laws or any type of copywriting laws, because then you basically building something that you have to immediately, shut down. So I would say do your due diligence from that point. And then the second thing I would say is just make sure that you have a plan from a monetization standpoint from the very start. Like, I didn't have a monetization plan up front. I would say have a monetization plan from the very first time you decide that you're going to go into business, and decide on a business plan.
And for those who are listening, define monetization point, please.
So basically, defining the monetization plan is how will you get paid? So the way that I look at monetization plan is that if someone goes through my marketing process, they hear about me, and they decide that they want to take the first step with my business, how am I going to get paid? And I want to think about how I'm going to get paid as quickly as possible. So let me go ahead and give you an example for my dating site. My dating site that I built, by the time I built it and spent all of the money for marketing, et cetera, it cost me close to $60,000, right?
Ooh.
Close to $60,000. A member could join that website for free. And essentially, I was waiting to get 10,000, 20,000 people to that site before I can start earning any type of money. Well, that's kind of backwards, because I spent a lot of money to build it. I spent a lot of money to market it. Now I'm giving people the ability to use something for free, right? That wasn't necessarily a smart plan, because I didn't have a way to make money from each user. So if I had to go back and do it all over again, a way that I could monetize is that I can charge people to use the platform, or I can lead with information products. I can lead with like an ebook that shows people how to land dates. If I charge someone $7 on here are the strategies that you can use to land dates, right? Now that you understand those strategies, I also have a platform that I can send you to, and you can use that platform to go ahead and find dates. So I would have thought about those things, thinking about those things ahead of time makes it easier for you to make money every time someone goes through and decide to do business with you. So that's what I mean from a monetization standpoint.
See, and this is where a lot of business owners, when they get into the place of they're launching a business, they don't know what direction they want to go to. They don't know the cause and the effect, or what the outcome can actually be. So that is a great point that everyone should look at. Oh, I didn't get it for the money. Then I know that may not be the first thing, but if you are in it and you're passionate about it, you should definitely add the monetization part in as a plus. That shouldn't be your main focus, but that should be, one of the points of why you're starting your business. Because like, I'm passionate about my public relations firm and my business consulting firm, but I know that I have to put a dollar sign on my time, my hours, all of these things. So what do you find in your group that you have on Facebook? What do you find is the common thread amongst all of the business owners or potential business owners that are in the group?
So I would say one of the things is not having a clear, sales/marketing process. That's one of the things that I talk about all of the time. When I have the opportunity to engage with people on a more one-on-one basis, some of it is just not having what we call, they may have a sales and or marketing process, but it's not automated, right? So they know how to reach out to people, to engage with those individuals for the sole purpose of doing business with them, but it just hasn't been, automated. So from a time standpoint, they're not able to leverage their time, and or they're not able to scale. So having an almost automated process, because sometimes some processes can be fully automated because you may have to get on the phone as part of your sales process. But do you have a way to generate leads and have those leads come to you, and then have those leads go through a marketing process where they are warmed up and they understand the value, they understand what it is that you do, and then they are making the decision to schedule a time to speak with you. So an automated marketing sales SaaS/sales process is one of the gaps that I have identified with the individuals that are my potential clients.
And see, this is the thing, because some people, confidence is a big part of why they haven't launched their business, or why they haven't gone out and do the things that they need to do. What would you say to a potential business owner or current business owner that would help them to boost their confidence?
So I would say the biggest thing that helps an individual boost their confidence is just taking action, taking just small action. So right now, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm doing a 30-day video challenge, right? So inside of the 30-day video challenge, the goal is that every single day, I'm going to publish a piece of content. I'm going to do it via video. Content number one or day number one, I'm keeping these short, so I'm going to keep them under 5 minutes, right? Day number one, when I publish this piece of content, it may not be as polished, right? I may stutter, it may not necessarily be as polished. However, what I can assure you is that by the time day number 20 comes around, I'm going to be just that much more comfortable because I've taken action and because of repetition. So I would say just find something small, to do leading up to whatever your big goal is, and just take daily, weekly, small actions towards the thing. And when you do that, that in itself builds confidence.
I like that. And so I think that the 30-day challenge is a great challenge for those who want to start doing something to get themselves more acclimated to being on, to creating content, but also solidifying and building the trust among their audience on kind of giving the, carving out their own space so that they can build the trust and build a relationship with their audience or clients or customers. So I do think that's a great ad. So this is, and I want to find one final question. If someone were to reach out to you now, knowing all the stuff that you know, and they have a business model, but it's not thought out as well as it should be, what things should they think about, and what things should they come to you with so that you can assist them?
So I would say if they already have a marketing process, they have a way that they've already gotten clients, and it's just not optimized, meaning that there's some gaps in that process. They know that they're leaving money on the table. I would say that those are some good individuals for me to have conversations with, because if you are already getting clients and you already have a process to generate sales, it's likely that you may be leaving some money on the table. And I can show you some of the things that you can do to bridge that gap, to be able to draw more people closer to you and to be able to convert more people and to be able to make more sales. So if you have a process, even if it's not automated, right, you have a way of getting clients and you've generated some sales in your business, we can definitely look at it and say, okay, you know what, these are the opportunities, and this is how we can take whatever it is that you're already doing, this is how we can amplify it, and this is how we can go ahead and optimize it.
And where can they join your group? Because I will say this, the prompts that you post on a daily basis make me double check my processes and what I'm doing. And I'm like, because you posted this morning, that today is May 10th. You posted, what are you doing? Your email marketing, what are you doing with your email outreach? I'm like, ooh, I haven't sent a newsletter in a minute. Let me get on that. So where can people go to join? Because I'm put the link in the bio, but I want you to tell people where they can join and why they should.
Yeah, certainly. So the place that they can join is at, it's a Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group, and it's called Black Creators Connect. So if you go to Facebook and you type in Black Creators Connect, that's how you can go ahead and find us. And the reason why they should join is that, you're right, I initiate engaging type of conversations and or thought-provoking type of conversation to be able to determine, okay, where are we at with our business? What are some of the things that we should consider that perhaps we haven't considered? And you get to kind of just look at your peers, other individuals, to kind of just see how other individuals may be utilizing some of the things that we talk about. I share resources from a marketing standpoint in there as well. So it's community, it's resource, and it's also thought-provoking and action-driven type of a content, things to make you to say, you know what, hey, I wonder if I'm using this, and why am I not using this? And obviously there's some benefits to using it type of thing.
I say I get a lot out of the group, and I think that it is necessary to join groups that serve a purpose of helping you grow your business and to also grow your thought process and to change your business mindset. So I will say thank you for that, and thank you for creating it. Now, where can people follow you and your business?
So a couple of different things. What I have is a free resource that allows an individual to look at their marketing process and to see if it's optimized. So in order to be able to take advantage of that free resource, all you have to do is go to Vlad Adonis, VLADADONIS.com. And when you go there, you'll be able to go ahead and enter, you'll be able to go ahead and gain access to that free resource, right? So that's one way you can go ahead and take the next step with me. The other way is you can go ahead and just follow me on the various social media platforms, LinkedIn, and also Facebook, and also Instagram. You'll find me at my full name, which is Vladimir Adonis.
Thank you so much for chatting with me today. I'm excited because now I'm going to go edit and post this so people can get to get the knowledge. So I thank you so much for talking to me today. You gave great tips and also great thought prompts so that people can understand about monetization. And it's not about always money, but it's also building your self-worth as well and what you are doing with your business so that you can legitimize and build brand trust and brand understanding. So thank you so much for chatting with me today. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you very much, Chandra, for having me and giving me the opportunity to share with your audience. I truly appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you so much.